What's good, YouTube? We're back with another market watch, and the first things I'm going to talk about are more things affected by the ban list and the fallout of them. Terratop Ultimate continues to sink very fast, all the way down to 24. You see market price, quote-unquote, 36. I thought it was a little bit higher than that during the fallout, but a lot of people, I guess, were already going away from playing the engine. The common all the way down to 350 lowest, and this down to 4. There's still a couple of weeks where people need to play this, regionals, etc. I just still would be getting rid of them at any price that you can get rid of them. Terratop being at 1, it's just not going to warrant the 50-50 of drawing Takum Tomborg for rank 3 engines, period. But, of course, there's the good old Speedroid players that can finally get them real cheap. I think it really does just have this unlikeliness to come back at any point. But, as they bottom out, it's very possible that one day, like Card Trooper, it'll come back to 2. Probably not to 3, but to 2 at one point. And for that point, when it bottoms out at the very lowest, when you can start picking these up at 50 cents, I might consider it. Like when you can go into people's trade binders and get these for 50 cents, 2 for $1, I would highly consider starting to do that. With the higher rarity, there's no telling how low this will fall over time. It could go as low as $8. At that point, I might start to, but that'll take a very, very long time for what it was. Now we see the Ultimate's already down to 19 over here versus the 24. So people on eBay are jumping ship much faster and trying to get rid of their stuff. So, like I said, you may call me crazy, but $8 isn't unrealistic for an unusable. And when I say unusable, at 1, it's not going to be splashed in many decks. Version of an OTS card that a lot of people had 3 of, and now they want none of. So, as people keep jumping ship, trying to get anything back for them, it's going to continue to dwindle down very fast. Instant Fusion Ultimate Rare, on the other hand, I think will hold better value. You see it's already fallen about $7 over here. Let me refresh all my pages to make sure I'm current. I had a lot loaded from last night. Yeah, so, and all the other versions holding surprisingly well. That's because Instant Fusion has other uses. You're able to still get rare fish and Mermail Atlanteans, Practical and Dinosaurs, Raijin, for example. I actually had that happen to me last night. Subterrors, the Instant Fusion Raijin flipped itself down, and then are still able to continue comboing. I think it's all right. It's still going to be a great card, and it's going to hold value 25 plus probably. And you see over here at 32 also. I don't know that it'll dip under 30 even, but it's just really nice that this card didn't get completely murdered by losing Norden, but it will be out of a lot of people's decks, like my own, in Dinosaurs. I won't be playing this card for now, probably. But at least I wasn't stuck with any of these, right? And then, Sky Iris. It fluctuated up a bit. It was much higher before, and after the fallout, I told everybody, hold off, wait, don't buy them. And somebody accused me. They're like, John didn't get in on any of these. You don't know how many Skull Crobat Jokers Jackie has in the house. I could have hyped that stuff for a roommate. And especially Sky Iris. You hear her screaming it all the time. But again, hold off on getting these. $5, $6, and you see the common sitting, didn't even jump really. Over here, Canada, 1 from Canada, $3.68 still at the price. I guess they didn't want to bother getting the one out of the US, and then it's $4.75-ish to $5. It's kind of an optional card. You don't have to play it. It's like deciding what route your deck's gonna take with the Pendulum Magicians. It's still a great card, and I think it'll bottom back out to its price. There actually was listed about market price by some major vendors last night, relisted, but they already got bought out. So they're getting bought out at market price, keeping this price holding we'll see how long that lasts and what it will settle at from the hype of Magician Duelist, who are going to need to feed into that Pendulum set that comes out before Nationals. Skull Crobat Joker, down to 8, so that's a 20% decrease over here from when I showed it on the other day's Market Watch right after the ban list. But, of course, all the way down to $6. Look, someone's unloading. Weird. I'll be fine with the double up, he says. And like I said, they're going to continue to shove them out and down. And the price will continue to fall. Like I said, you didn't have to pick yours up then. 6, that's not bad, but I think it'll continue to fall from there. Again, we're just in it's like the boom, now everything's missing. What will come back in from the hype train? What will fall back in? These are definitely falling back down and in. That grass looks greener, $6.50. If you want to play a grass deck, that means it's only $18 for about a play set for the remainder of the format that's left. So maybe a cheaper way to get your invite if you're looking. We also see it over here at $7.50, so TCG player actually saving you a couple bucks on this one. It's really interesting when the ship starts jumping to see who and where are doing the cheaper offers. And typically it's eBay, but on grass, you save a couple bucks on a playset. 18 versus 21. You know, go treat yourself to a value menu. Heat Wave is up. I hadn't covered this. It's been up for a bit. I'm not really sure what the hype is, like the Phantasmal Spirals, or what it really is supposed to be so goo in. But I think it's an amazing card. I could see it at a $5 price point if it wasn't an STBL card. STBL hype always gets over-exaggerated because of the low quantities available. And we see over here $6 actually. So you can get it for about the 5, and then 7.20. So again, I think with anything overhyped, you'll see during listings, you'll see drastic prices from one side to the other, and it's just not real to me because I'm not seeing it in meta play. Even when I tried it in Phantasmal Spirals, it just wasn't that good because my field spell actually wants my opponent to play something. I don't know. For me, tell me what it's supposed to be good in, I suppose, and we'll talk about it in the comment section below. Because if it's anything other than Phantasmal Spirals, yes, I want to hear it out, but we're still not seeing it in any top cuts, period, and people are just going crazy over the price. Elder Entity Norden, of course, falling off, already down to $2. I would start picking these up once they hit that 50-cent mark, which eventually it will. Having ban cards and just piling them up for when they might one day come back is great. Although this is one of those cards that I could see never coming back or taking a very long time. It's just a smart idea that if you have infinite time to trade your stuff when you're playing with your 50 cents, getting a grip of these would not be bad when it hits 50 cents. It'll continue to fall. And, oops, I guess I did 2 TCG players. So, eBay.com. And ignore my Godzilla figures and plushes I'm looking at. Let's see here. Elder Entity Norden. That's definitely not gonna be it. Price plus shipping lowest first. Buy it now. $2.85. So again, people jumping ship are lower over here, but I would wait completely. Just they'll continue to fall off the face of the earth as they actually become unplayable. Brilliant Fusion is a card I would be considering, even though it's at its $6 price point, which is towards its higher end ever since the Mega Packs came out. Link format, it's going to be insane. Remember, you can use Seraph Knight's Extra Normal, and then use Seraph Knight itself, and whatever you sent like Trick Clown for your links. So it's like one of the ultimate enablers. That's a Link 3 right there, and then you still have your normal summon. Pretty good, depending on what you're playing. I just think it will come to the forefront during Link format and finally see a hit if they don't preemptively hit it. It's something that I would highly consider. And $6.25, $6.29, so you see that it's a little higher on eBay. So TCG player fighting back in this market watch. I've seen a ton of comments on my other market watches. Why even bother with TCG player? Why even check? They're always going to be higher. Nope, not on a few things during this market watch. And another thing to note is DT Garnet. I'm always going to drag these out into the open when it happens, is only $1 more than the Super. So if you've been holding off on getting the nicer bricks to your hand, you might want to go ahead and do that. Again, I wouldn't be buying out the Supers or anything, but I would consider, if you've been waiting on getting Garnets, this would be the price to get it for the DT. Whenever it's only about, you know, $1 above, I would always get it. So you see $7.45 is actually the lowest on eBay. So you can actually save money on Supers over here on TCG Player. Also, a couple cents, why not? But $8.35 versus $9. So again, TCG Player having the deals here. I would just highly consider it. So it looks like $8.40 lowest near mint. So $1.15 above the lowest. It's definitely just at that point where you might as well go DT if you're buying. I point that out every time it happens to Seraph Knight too, but right now Seraph Knight is hanging about that $4 price point above the Super, making it actually just more cost effective to get the Super. But if you don't mind $4, you can get your matching to your matching if you didn't take my advice last time it happened, and this fell only $1 above the Super several times as well. It's just something to always watch and see happen. But you can see it's 14 plus here on eBay as well for the DT. Now the final thing, I actually want to give you guys a huge clap here. Ooh, felt good. Anyways, new Mermail support came out and nothing got hyped from it. I was watching the prices like, this ain't gonna be pretty. New Mermail card, Atlanteans and Mermail's gonna... No, actually, you all were very reserved. You didn't overhype a Mermail card that came out, and nothing moved. I'm actually shocked that that happened, and I'm very happy that the market recognized that the card's not amazing. It doesn't blow this deck out of the water, but seriously, I'm so happy that people didn't just try to hype the crap out of it and just over explode what it does. It's just another piece that helps OTKs happen. Pretty much. It does some other stuff, of course, but it's just it helps Mermails do what they're already doing. So it didn't really improve the deck or its problems. So I'm really glad that a new card being announced for Mermails didn't just slam this out of the water like the Lightsworn, Twilight Sworns, and that sort of stuff. So thank you guys so much for actually being chill on this one. I couldn't think of a great pun for that. Darn. But thanks for watching this Market Watch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. More Banlist Fallout. Just random things that I noticed, like the DT Garnets being only $1 more. I might have accidentally said Emerald at some point, but it was Garnet. And I think it's just really cool to see all the Magician stuff quickly falling back down, just like somebody said.